In this video, I'm going to tell you everything you need to know in order to be a terrific timer at your next Toastmasters meeting. Starting with the fact that the timer role is one of the easiest roles. And that's because there is a script and a log that you can download and print. Then at the beginning of the meeting, when you're asked to explain your role, you simply read the script. During the meeting, you'll fill out the log, and at the end of the meeting, you'll use that log to give your report. Easy peasy. Now, there are a few items that you will need. You'll need a timing device. Most people use their cell phone, but you might want a stopwatch. You'll need the script and log, and we'll talk about that in just a minute. You'll need a pen or pencil to fill out the log, and then you're going to need something to signal the speakers that they have reached their minimum, halfway to their maximum, and their maximum times. Now, at Toastmasters at UAB, we meet in person, and we use 8.5 by 11 sheets of paper that are colored green for the minimum time, yellow for halfway to the max, and then red for that maximum time. When you sign in on the sign-up sheet, after you enter the meeting, those sheets of paper should be sitting right on that same table. If you don't see them, ask the sergeant at arms. And if you happen to have forgot your script and log, ask the sergeant at arms for that also. We usually have extra copies. Now, if we happen to be meeting online because of severe weather, you want to go and download some background so that you can signal. There are these stoplight backgrounds that are green, yellow, and red. Or I actually like these backgrounds better because they're larger and easier to see, the green, yellow, and red. And where you find those backgrounds, go to Toastmaster International's website. You don't need to be logged in. Just search for timer backgrounds, and they'll be the first two things that popped up. Next, let's talk about that script and log. Where you're going to find that is you're going to go to our club website, uab.toastmastersclubs.org. And then you're going to click on Public Downloads. You do not need to be logged in to do this. That's going to open up a window for you, and you'll click on the file labeled Meeting Roles. That will expand, and you'll click on Timer, Script, and Log. Download that, print it, read through it a few times, and bring it with you to the meeting. Then when you are asked to explain your role, you just read the script. And it starts off like this. Greetings, Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters and guests. As timer, I will time the formal speeches, the table topic speakers, and the evaluations. I will also alert each speaker of the time they have left using the green, yellow, and red cards. Now, when you say those words, green, yellow, and red cards, you want to display those cards. Hold them up. Let us know how, and if we're online, change your background. You want to illustrate, let everyone know how you're going to signal the speakers. And this is the rest of the script here, and you can see that it's very detailed. For each of the three things that you're going to be timing, it tells you at what point in time you raise the green, and when you raise the yellow, when you raise the red. You don't need to display the timing cards for each of these, but you can if you want. Now, one thing I want to point out is that not all prepared speeches are 5 to 7 minutes long. So you're going to want to check the agenda and see if there's an oddball speech that's either shorter or longer. And there's a note at the end of the script reminding you to check the agenda for speech length. And it even gives you an example of the type verbiage that you would adjust if there was a different length speech, such as an icebreaker. The other note that's on that document has to do with the fact that you should not just flash the timing cards. Ideally, once you hold up the green, Keep it held up until you replace it with the yellow, and then keep that held up until you replace it with the red, and keep that held up until the speaker is finished. Sometimes timers just toss it up for 5 seconds or so, and they assume the speaker saw it, but the speaker may not have. So just leave it up. You don't have to hold it all the way up in the air at arm's length, but make sure the speaker can see it. So that is the page 1 of that document. It has the script, it has the reminder to verify the speech lengths, and it also has a reminder at the bottom to not simply flash the timing cards. And page 2 of this document is your log. There you have everything you need in a 2-page document. I told you it was easy. I have 3 more things I want to tell you about this role, and they apply to most roles. Number 1, the first time you perform the role of the timer or any role, do it at back-to-back meetings. It helps solidify it for you. Some clubs recommend you do it 3 times in a row. Secondly, turn control of the meeting back to whoever introduced you. At the beginning of the meeting, that's going to be the Toastmaster of the day. At the end of the meeting, it's going to be the General Evaluator. A simple thank you, General Evaluator, will suffice. But if you're feeling fancy, you can throw in thank you, Madam General Evaluator or Mr. General Evaluator. And the third thing I want to tell you is to never leave the stage empty. Once you have thanked that person, wait until they come up and shake your hand or fist bump or namaste or however you want to turn it over. But don't leave the stage empty. Make sure they have it before you leave. There you have it. Everything I could think of to tell you about the role of the timer. If you feel I've left something out, please leave it in the comments and look for other instructional videos in this series. Thank you.